Alright, I'm live. Give me 1 sec. Get something. So I got plenty of energy on this, so I should be able to get that a little bit. Alright. Room's a little bit of a mess, but and the quality is a little off, but it's fine with me. Just gonna double check some stuff, but while I'm at it, I'm actually going to go and wait, hold on. Managing moderators can support channel even in more ways. Okay, cool. Haven't streamed in a little while, so I figured I'd do it. And in case if anyone wants to actually come on, that's completely up to you. Going to open up this because I want to stream, but at the same time, I've got a book I got to write. So I got to do this all at the exact same time. Might do this on the phone next time, but that's a little bit before next time. Notes, thank you. All right. So I figured I'm kind of writing the story while I'm actually streaming here. I'll probably get on in a moment. I just want to get a few of these kind of like typed in real quick so that way I can actually get started. I feel like I've kind of been falling behind and I don't want to do that. And, I still got about 5 of these chapters to do. So I want to make sure I'm kind of like on point here. Okay. Okay, that's better than what I thought. Okay. See how I'll do it right now. So I don't know. I just figured I'd kind of do something here, but I forgot to share it. Probably should have done that, but forgot. Sand code. Might as well do that again. See if that works. Stay logged in. Yes, thank you. So now let's go ahead and share that. Okay. Just want to make sure I got that set up. All right, nothing really new, but I haven't streamed in a little while, so I figured I might as well just do it a little bit. Quality is not really up to par right now, but apologies on that. Um, really just want to kind of reflect a little bit of how much has changed over the years, and quite honestly, I love the change that has been on here. It's a little bit overdue for me to kind of say because I've been talking about so many little things and so many other things that feel like have been good for me, bad for me, what I'm trying to break away from, what I'm trying to make better of. But I could really honestly say that a lot has changed since the few years, and quite honestly, that I'm glad it's gone and done and over with. Um, I've had so much time to really think about so much that I've had feuds and so much complications with people with in terms of YouTube or in terms of drama, but it's a lot better to just be a little bit more just casually to stream rather than just rant anymore. Because honestly, ranting doesn't really seem to suit me anymore, and I just don't think that it's necessarily good for me anymore in terms of health and in terms of just where I want to go and kind of how it was given to me about feeling about what you're doing on here. And I don't want to kind of give that away, but I felt a kind of little bit. It felt like a metaphorical kick in the nads, if you think about it. But honestly, what good does that do? It's just I'm not trying to give away anything. If it wasn't for the fact that I had to like code a lot of stuff that I'm saying right now, just because it like I said, it's just a complicated kind of thing that I'm going through in that sense. But I really kind of want to bring up something that I don't know. I hate having to be reminded of it, but I just want to bring it up. I don't even think the stream's gonna last anyway, so I may as well. But you try to be better with yourself in terms of things that you've been dealing with. Hey, Orlando, how you doing, man? Doing all right. Also, do what you feel is right. That's exactly what I do. I do feel. I do feel like it's right for me to just casually stream. I don't like ranting anymore. I just want to, write books, and it's what makes me happy. It's a lot better for my health, and it's a better way to express myself in terms. I may have already showed this before, but I'm actually working on. I've already worked on my first western, which is Lobo right there, which is pretty cool. I've got a lot more other projects that I'm doing. I'm going to be making into a book. There is a psychological horror one that I'm making called Inward, right here. Pretty much a psychological horror. I've actually had the idea in my head. Sorry, they're like police sirens going off. But I don't know. So I'm making a psychological horror film. I'm also making a DC story production, which is currently what I'm writing right now as I was streaming, which is basically this right here. So I'm not exactly sure how many pages I'm at though, but I could give an estimate maybe because if I'm like halfway, so if I've got 5 episodes, that means I've gotten like 28 pages each, with the exception of 2. So I'm a little bit over 100 pages. That's what I definitely know for a fact. But I got 5 more episodes to go, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to be a little bit over 225 or 230, maybe even a little bit more, just depending on which. But the current one I'm working on right now, it's a little bit hard for me, but let's see. I'm working on a Crockett plushie of Gigi from Kiki's Delivery Service. He has a pink sweater in reference to Troy McClure from The Simpsons because Phil Hartman voiced. Huh. I haven't really seen like I've actually seen the cover of the Kiki's Delivery Service, like the animated movie, I believe. I just never really seen the movie. Is the weird thing about that. Man, sorry, long days at work. I can't even think right. I have been heavy lifting all day, and I'm just ugh. But on top of that, I gotta also put that back on. Okay. So I gotta get rid of these annoying corrections. Usually when I type, I usually spell something wrong, and I have to constantly do that. That's like one of the reasons why I don't really get this done on time. So page 8 of 8, I get the feeling that this is probably going to be at least 13 pages, but it's an animated movie, and unfortunately, it was one of his last roles. Did the person who's starring in it actually pass away? Was that the reasoning for it? If I remember correctly, because I do remember seeing something on here. Type it up real quick. Because the film was in 1989. That's what I remember. So if I type that up, yeah, Phil Hartman. Gotcha. Okay, so Encino, California, 1998. He was 49 when he passed. What I didn't know though is that Kirsten Dunst filmed that. Well, pretty much was Kiki. I didn't know that. Huh. Debbie Reynolds was in it? Get out of here. Debbie Reynolds. Carrie Fisher's mom. I did not know that. Holy crap. Well, that's new. That's just wild. Okay. Okay. Well, because it's also so weird because Mark Hamill voice acted in Castle in the Sky. I do know that for that animated film, he pretty much voice acted for that animated movie. I wouldn't be surprised if those two were pretty much filmed or pretty much made by the same company. But then again, like I've seen other actors, star in similar roles together, so it's a possibility. part's going to take me probably the longest. Let me just check on this real quick before you. Hello, Gray. Let me do that. Doing good. I'm just casually streaming today. Got like hair all over the freaking thing here. Greetings and salutations. But other than that, like I said, I've been working. I've been pretty much just isolated from a lot of people, and I've just been more focused on my work and focused on just doing projects. But I figured I kind of need to like come back and stream, just have interactions with people. It's been here and there sometimes a few bits, some rough things at work and all that, but nothing too bad now. But other than that, I'm actually happy about a lot of things in life right now. I've got the greatest closure of my life in 30 years of my entire life that happened to me, and it happened to me on Christmas Day. And I really think that a lot of good really came out of that, and it helped me kind of move forward a little bit. Now, that's not going to say that, there's still going to be hardships in life, but, it's a start, and it's a good way for me to kind of continue forward. And I think as long as I stay motivated to what I'm doing right now and figuring out a better way to, just have a little bit more of a better social life and a little bit better time kind of keeping away from other things or things that kind of just make me feel a little bit more negative. For example, alcohol or the certain bars that I go to and all that. I think it's just best that I keep away from those things from time to time. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but I think it's to enhance or pretty much to what's the word I'm looking for? I think it's to help the growth, not just emotionally and psychologically, but spiritually. And I figure that kind of helps me feel better. Now, the only thing I would ever drink alcohol for, I really wouldn't say, but that's a little bit more for a personal reason. But like, I don't go out to drink alcohol just for fun anymore, or just to be like, woo. There's a specific thing that I like to drink alcohol for, but like that's pretty much it. It's the only reason. I'm not going to go into depth of that, but I don't know. But that's the kind of thing I figured I can't tell you. But other than that, not really much has been going on other than the fact that I'm trying to grow my hair back out and kind of shave, but I want to wait for some of this to kind of grow back a bit. But like I said, I've just been sticking a little bit more to just keeping myself to myself, staying away from people. It used to be kind of a sad thing, but it's honestly not really. It's not really a depressing thing anymore, and I don't know. I consume alcohol with a meal if I'm feeling fancy. That's pretty much makes sense. I mean, yeah, consuming alcohol, with food is one thing, but like for me, I was like consuming alcohol because I was depressed and I felt like you know I wasn't fitting in with shit, but it doesn't really solve the problem anymore. But you know, sometimes in this world we got to grow up and face facts. What is this? Oh, okay. Let me go ahead and look at this. Edit stream. I'm actually going to link some channels. If you feel like you want to check them out, go right ahead. But let me get a moment to kind of get them. No, I want to go there. First off, I'm going to be promoting Tyrone Magnus. I love Tyrone Magnus's channel, man. I love his reactions. I also like his do not laugh challenges, especially with Scarlo. I think they are like the perfect couple when it comes to reactions and when it comes to try not to laugh challenges, especially with the farting preacher, Robert Tilton. It's pretty cool. Another I would have to say would be Bunnymon. Effing adorable, I'll say, especially with the reactions. I mean, she's also a Tyrone Magnus fan, a Markiplier fan, so and she's a pretty cool person to watch. So I don't really go to like any of their streams though, but channel wise, still a cool person to check out nonetheless. Oh, hold on a second. Let me go ahead and try that again. Then who else? Oh yes, another channel that I've actually stumbled across is Mel. I'm so sorry, Melanie Mac Go Boom. She's pretty much like a tomboy YouTuber. She's been like covering a lot of things. So basically, some of the subjects that she covers, I'm not really good at covering these kind of subjects, but I feel a lot better when it comes from somebody who kind of understands a little bit more. And so that's why I like her channel. I know she's been dealing with a stalker issue. So anything, I'm just glad that she's doing okay. I just hope her that she's doing well and all that, because I know that's scary. Somebody who drives 15 hours all the way from Florida just to stalk her is trying to get someone to make her his wife or whatnot. I don't know. That's the scary thing about that, which is something that, yeah, that's fucking creepy. All right, again, Angry Joe. I mean, Angry Joe is no stranger to my channel. Well, yeah, because again, he's one of my favorite YouTubers on this platform, along with some other people as well too. And let's not also forget of Cinemassacre, or the Angry Video Game Nerd, as he's called, or James Nintendo Nerd in that case. He's actually got season 16, by the way, out. Which, oh my gosh, I love his Doom review, which kick ass. Who else came back? Gotta have Markiplier. You can't go wrong there. Markiplier has always been a positive person to go to in that sense. And yeah, let's not forget Penguins. Where is he at? Here, you know what? We'll just do this. Or better known as Penguinzo or Moist Critical. Feel like that's a guy you could definitely turn to right there. All right, so I'm going to save that for right now. Bam. Tetris is getting a movie adaptation about the making of it, and all I got out of the trailer was apparently that Reynolds and Selig Stack is coming back. Not that this is a bad thing. I love Voice Critical. Hell yeah. I mean, he just made a video right now about one of the most aggravating streamers, something about her running over a dog because she was like too busy on her phone. She was like staring at it every 5 seconds while she's on the road and streaming. And yeah, from judging from my least favorite Twitch streamer, according to that right there. What the? Oh, dude, I still haven't even seen all these other ones yet. I still got to do that. Capcom has permanently reduced the price of one of its games on Steam, giving fans access to a grand adventure and a much lower price. Well, I don't really use Steam, unfortunately, so damn. Man harassing gophers. What a dick. Damn. Shit, man. Real life things that you got to go through. But the stream's probably gonna only last like an hour. I really only intended to actually have this last for an hour, but like again, it's just because I haven't been on here. I literally been without internet since the whole ice storm that we actually had out here. So I eventually had to get reconnected. But I don't know, just with a lot that's been going on and a lot of difficult decisions that I had to make to really shape around some things. And it hasn't been the easiest, but you know. I'm just glad I don't do ranting anymore because I don't feel like yelling my ass off anymore. And, you know, I can pretty much talk about it or just keep going in circles with the exact same crap. Criticals ran on Velma and Name Only or Vino Short was magical. Speaking of which, Velma, okay, it's a good thing I've never watched that and I never will. Um, the only thing I could really take from Velma is that please just take Norville out of Velma and just put him in a Scooby Doo universe where he's treated with respect. Because Norville could act, I mean, because I know Shaggy's name, his real name is Norville in that sense. But like, I still think you can use that character and you can actually give him some good detail and background, a little bit more of a respectable, aspect, and make him a brand new member of the Scooby Gang, the Scooby Doo, Mystery Incorporated gang. Give them some character. And hell, actually, why not actually make something like a romance between Velma and Norville? You know, a different Velma that is, just not this crap, whatever it is. It doesn't always actually have to be that, or just I don't know, just make something new with it, but at the exact same time, stay true to the original Scooby Doo Mystery Incorporated or Scooby Doo. Where are you? You know, hell, the voice actress for Daphne was just even appalled by this sudden disrespect, not only to the fans, but to the fact that it's self aware of the fact that they are just completely shitting on everything. So it's why I'm not going to watch it. I'm never going to give it the time of day. That's why I just say, hey, just take Norville out. Like Norville is like the only reason why I would ever watch it, which I will still never ever watch it though. But like Norville is like one of the things. Is like, you know what? Just take him out of that, put him into a different universe, and give him some character development, some character growth, please. Because honestly, I think that right there is. It looks like he could be a unique original character. You know? Oh yeah, Fred too. He was like this man child person who was obsessed with getting popular again or whatnot, from what I was told. That he also had like a small. Yeah, I'm not gonna go there because honestly, that's not worth the time of day. Spoiler alert: his mom was the killer. Yeah, and yeah, everyone's. Yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna get pissed at that because again, this is pretty much what I was told. The worst Velma or the worst installment of Scooby Doo that anyone has ever seen in their life. How do I know about the spoilers? Because they were revealed on YouTube videos. I didn't have to go to HBO. I didn't have to go to those. I went to my favorite channels. They told me what it was. They told me exactly who the killer was, what all this stuff is, and how these characters are. And immediately, that's all it took for me to just stay away from it. I didn't need to hate watch it or anything like that. I stayed away from it because it's not worth the time of day. If I want to watch Scooby Doo, I will watch the original Scooby Doo, Where Are You? Or anything that at least has Matthew Lillard's voice acting in there. That will be that because honestly, Matthew Lillard, I will say, along with Casey Kasem, are my two favorite Shaggies of all time. Two favorite. Two favorite voice actors of Shaggy of all time, especially with the live action movie of Scooby Doo. Matthew Lillard, you can't replace him there. So, but as for Fred being a complete idiot, Velma being a completely disrespectful character who has no character development or anything like that, and Daphne just being a insensitive bitch. The fact that there is no Scooby Doo in there at all, it's just the Scooby Project, which, and Norville being a what's the word everyone says? The fact that he was hopelessly in love with Velma, and Velma just treats him like shit. So, oh yeah, and then the show just pretty much blames white people for everything. Hmm. Okay, I think Morgan Freeman pretty much said it clearly. If you really want to stop racism, it's simple. Stop talking about it. Simp. Okay, that's the word people use. I don't use these. I don't use these words like incel, cis, sus, simp, whatever these terms may be. Man, I don't really go by that. I'm more old school than you think. I mean, I may have been born in 1992. But I still kind of live by the ways of how people lived back in 1980s and the 1970s and shit, and even the 1990s. So, I mean, even if those words were invented during that time, I don't know. I don't use them because this in this day and age, it's just weird how people really define how things are really supposed to be and how things are mostly labeled now differently from how it was back then. Uh, Deconstruction. Check out the Venture Brothers parody of that combined with serial killers. I would definitely have to check that out because I've seen the Venture Brothers like the actual live cartoon, but or the animated show of that, but I've never seen that parody. Okay, because I need to write that paragraph. But honestly, I could probably do that when I wake up tomorrow because I actually have to go to work at 1. I get off at 7, and then I'm off the next day. Hallelujah. So, all right. So I got about like 26 more minutes before I start ending this off. But let me just double check a few things right here. Other than that, I think we should be fine. Hmm. Hmm. Wait a minute. Go back to that. Okay, I know this is from 2020, but what? I'm not gonna get into this like publicly, but like, wow. Sorry, it's just stuff I'm reading up on Discord, and wow. You know what? I was gonna go for some Raisin Canes. Holy crap! Now that they mention it. I'm so sorry. I can't. I'm so tired. I can't even read properly. Velma was basically Valerie Solanas. Daphne was Patsy Hearst. Fred was Ted Bundy, and Shaggy was Berkowitz. It was darkly humorous, but damn, it was funny. Dude, even wasn't the voice actor for Fred also in the Velma series? By the way, I just have one question: why? Just why? Hmm? 30 years I've been on this earth, and there hasn't actually been one time where I was disgusted to see a Scooby Doo adaptation. Not that I've actually seen Velma. Again, I've already seen the spoilers, and I've already seen pretty much. a lot of what people have had to talk about, and those points were in fact valid. But why? I mean, I have seen some Scooby Doo adaptations that really did not meet standard, and I'm a guy with some low standards. Trust me. But those make those movies seem like their standards are raised higher when you look at Velma. Velma, to me, I think is the bottom of the actual barrel there. It makes Meg Griffin from Family Guy look so much more lovable. And that is, in fact, saying a lot. Because, in Family Guy, Meg Griffin always gets treated like crap. Well, honestly, when you look at characters like Velma, it makes Meg Griffin look more like a superhero than when you see these other characters. And let's also think about the fact that Meg Griffin is played by Mila Kunis. Mila Kunis, like one of the best voice actresses, to this day right now, along with people like Seth Green, Seth MacFarlane. You know, who's the other one I was going to say? Oh yeah, Quentin Flynn, because he also voice acts, because he does the voice acting for Raiden from Metal Gear. David Hayter. Uh, I would be able to incline to actually put well, yeah, Keith David, obviously, voice of Spawn, and Tara Strong. So yeah, I could definitely do that, or actually put those together in that category. So. Oh yeah, I should probably look into that. Daria Velma is not Daria. Was actually genuinely smart and didn't talk down to anyone. Yeah, even from Daria, from like what she was in the exact same adaptation universe from Beavis and Butthead, if I recall correctly. Dead Space remake. Woo. Okay, put this up here. Da, 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 da. Let's see. Dang, dude. Honestly, I can't really believe I'm really like gonna say this, but like I can't believe I really missed out on Power Rangers. I can't believe it. I mean, I used to watch Power Rangers when I was a kid, but like I just kept away from it because honestly, I think it's one of the few things I really feel like it's like I'm really too grown up for this. And then Jason David Frank, who played the Green Ranger, he passed away. And honestly, dude, I feel fucking bad. And it just breaks my heart, man, because while I may not remember much, but like I remember some of these actors and actresses that actually played the Power Rangers back then, and then I just feel bad because I enjoyed this as a child, and I really feel like I really should have gotten back into it a bit, and shit. Hold on, I want to watch something real quick. So I'm watching Amy Joe Johnson's tribute to JDF, and that is just heartbreaking, man. I remember I had some of the Power Ranger action figures from back in the day too. I even had the video cassette. I remember there used to be like, wasn't there like a TV? There was a TV show, like the very first TV show that I remember, and well, as far as I could tell, but I'm just surprised I never fully got back into it. I remember having a Green Ranger and a Blue Ranger, but I don't think I ever had the red one or the pink or the yellow, but yeah, it's weird. Man, this was November 21st, 2022. This was not too long ago. I know I know you guys aren't able to hear this. I'm really watching it right now, and like I do remember seeing this. I just don't think I've seen the entirety of it. And oh boy, man, I'm just at least I don't have to worry about being afraid of not feeling anything again, because that's something I've been kind of emotionally and physically been dealing with too, because I feel like I can't feel that emotion anymore. I feel like I've been desensitized to depression and to sadness, but the fact that I can still feel it, it gives me a sense of relief in that sense. But I'm just glad that that emotion is still there, and the fact of sympathy and compassion. Uh, I'm just glad that that's still there. So, so I tell you what, man, I'm actually gonna end this off a little early, but I figured I kind of would come on here and let you guys know that I'm doing okay. But uh, I'm gonna watch the rest of this because I feel like I really kind of not only owe it to some childhood, some childhood, heroes. Yeah, but technically, these guys are heroes to me because this is basically my childhood right here. That I haven't seen in over technically 24 plus years, 24, 25 plus years. I was probably 5 or 6, and and still since to this day, I haven't really seen anything since. But I feel like I don't just owe it to them. I also owe it to myself to kind of like peer back into it a little bit, because I feel like there's a lot of things that I missed out upon because believe it or not, and as much as I hate having to use the word millennial, I hate that word, honestly. I feel like we should have been called like the edge generation or whatnot because we were pretty much the last generation before Gen Z, or before the whole thing. Then it should have been called millennial afterwards in the year 2000. But um, I believe we're like the generation that does not have to compromise what we love in our lives since we were a child. Because people would tell you, "Oh, you need to grow up. You need to stop liking this stuff. You've grown too old for it." And then you come and you get older, and you realize now in this day and age is that you never really had to give this stuff up to begin with. You know, why should you have to give up what you love or compromise what you love? And that's the one greatest perk about the generation that I'm a part of that I will say, and I feel like is the greatest damn thing that I'm ever able to keep in my life, that I'm able to, like things like Pokemon, Power Rangers, all these other things. And I feel like I don't have to give any of that up. And I think that's a good part of me that defines me. But I think it's also without saying that I really want to kind of look back into the whole Power Rangers, thing. And, you know, I really feel like I kind of owe it to myself to kind of go back a little bit more. I'll read this real quick before I head out. If it makes you feel any better, I don't know what generation I am. For the record, I'm 6 days younger than when Boogie Nights came out in theater. Um, Boogie Nights. Well, Boogie Nights. I thought that came out in like what? Was that late '80s or was that late '70s? No, actually, no. That's late '90s. What are you talking about? Yeah, that's 1997. Huh. Okay. I'll have to look more back into that. But anyways, thank you guys for coming out, man. Thank you guys for peering in. You guys have a wonderful day. And, honestly, if you feel like you're missing out on something that you loved a long time ago, it's never too late to go back and peer into it, man. You owe it to yourself. And if you want to really try to find that happiness and grasp it again, do it, man. Do it while you're still alive. Grasp whatever makes you happy. If you want to go back and relive a certain kind of like point in your life that really kind of gives you that light in your life, do it. By all means, don't hesitate. Just do it. Anyways, you guys have a wonderful night. I will catch you guys later.